Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome to a live stream. Finally, get enough golden sculptures to get my Leo to 5511 today. So we gotta do some testing on him today. We'll see if he meet the minimal requirements, and we'll do some actual skill testing on him to see how well he to learn more about him. Um, so my Leo is at 5300 right now. So let's see if we can use some sculpture on him and get him to 5511 and we can start testing. Hopefully we have enough. I hope I have enough to get him to 5551. Don't tell me it's going to require me a 45 sculpture after this. 40, yes, okay. I have enough. I had just enough. I had just enough to get him to 5511. Come on. A Brit. Yes. All right. So we got him at 550 now. I hope I have enough experience book as well. I never checked, to be honest. I forgot to check if I have enough. Let's see if I have enough to get him to level 60. Let's see if I have enough skill to get him to level 60. I think I should have enough. I have a lot. I haven't leveled any commander for a long time. Let's go all the way. All the way. Oh, more? Okay. That's good. That's good. Let's hope we have enough experience to get him to level 60. Let's hope we have enough. Oh, no more. 87. Oof, we still have so much golden star left. We have enough to level. Do we have enough to level another commander to level 60? Do we have enough to level another commander to level 60? I don't know. I don't know how I get so much experience. Okay, let's get him to 6 stars. Let's go. All the way to 6 stars. All right. Level 60. We can get him to level 60 now. All right, we got Leo to level 60 at 5111. Yeah, I did. I only have enough. So I think Leo only need to have 5511 to be usable. So we got do some testing on him. So first we got do a talent tree on him. We got add some talent points on him. Um, One way to be safe when you add talent point is that instead of you adding talent point to the current talent tree, you want to add talent point to a brand new talent tree. So in case if you messed up, if your finger too fat and you press the wrong button, let's say if I press a skill that I don't want on a brand new talent tree right here, I can just reset it without using a reset score. So that's something for you to think about, to consider when you like maxing out a commander and you want to see what talent tree you want to use on him. So for him, we just go to the talent tree and see which one we should get. For the defense talent tree, I definitely want to get the medical supply, so that would be the first thing I want to get. medical supply, medical supply. Okay. Reduce skill damage taken by 3%. Definitely must have a skill. I also want it burning blood, grant additional rage. So upgrade. More defense. I definitely want more defense. What does this skill do? Reduce damage taken by 1%, but also reduce damage dealt by 0.5%. We might take it. We might take it. We might take it. We might take it. We want it health. We want more health on our infantry, so we want to get that as well. Yep, we definitely will get it. Reduce damage taken by 1%. Yeah, I want it. I think I'm gonna get it. What else? How many points do I still have left? 23. I still have 23 talent point left. I definitely want to go here. I want to hold the line. Normal tube attack have 10% chance to reduce damage taken by 5% for 1 second. 5%, 10% chance to reduce damage taken by 5%. So yeah, this is definitely a must get first. Before taking the other one, you want to get this skill before. So 12, we have 12 talent points left. 12 talent points left. What should we get? Should we get the defense here for infantry? Testing it. So we have actual point left. So I guess we can get this skill as well. Can we get this skill too? Yep. Yes. And we have 3 points left. We can put it here. So this is pretty good, pretty decent, I guess. When the army led by the commander have been used 30% sure. Nope, I don't need it. So this gonna be the talent tree we're gonna be using. So we gotta go back to our current talent tree and we gotta update it. We're going to update our current talent tree to be to match with the other one over there. We're going to match it with what we have on the other side. Okay. Grading here. Yes. Okay, so this is the talent tree we are using on Leo. We're going to use defense talent tree as a primary. So now we got to do a small testing. One way we can do the testing is we got so make sure Leo doesn't have any equipment on him right now, so he had no equipment. We are going to remove equipment from Sun Tzu. So to test if a commander meets the minimal requirement, we want to oops, let me do it real quick here. What time is this? Okay. I want to train another 24 hours. All right. Let me buy some item real quick from the courier before I forget. Anything worth buying? Yeah. Anything worth buying or no? Okay. So what I was saying, one way to test the commander, to test if the commander meet the minimal requirement for a legendary commander, the criteria to meet the minimal requirement is that the commander has to perform better than the best epic pairing commander. So for infantry, we go do a quick test in expedition. We'll do at level 55 expedition here. So we got use the first march using so one of the best infantry march for epic commander is Sun Tzu and Yuji. So we are going to use Sun Tzu and Yuji to do a testing inside here using T4 infantry. So we'll see how fast they kill and how many marches they have left, how many troops they have left at the end of the day, and we might be able to we'll write it down. We'll write it down. So we got EUG. So we go check the time, how long it takes Sun Tzu and EUG to kill this march, and how many troops they have left. Sun Tzu, EUG, and we got Teslio, Sun Tzu. 10 and troops remain. So 181,000 troops left right now, and we at 2 minutes. We are at 2 minute mark. 172,000 troops left. 1 minute left. 166,000. 166,000 troops left. At 1 minute 44 seconds. $55,000 troops left. It probably gonna take more than a minute to kill this march. Probably gonna take more than a minute. 27 troops left for Cao Cao. Okay, we getting very close. So 142,000 at 1 minute, 8 seconds. 108 and 142,000 troops left. So let's do another test. Now we got use Leo and Sun Tzu substitution and see if they will perform better than that epic pairing, which is Sun Tzu and EUG. We got use Leo and Sun Tzu using the same amount of T4. We're going to attack the same march, which is Cao Cao in the same expedition. All right. So for the previous one, Sun Tzu and EUG, it go down to 1 minute and 8 seconds. Oops. So let's see if it's going to be faster, or at least it's going to have more troops remaining. Yeah, like I spent a lot of gems. I spent a lot of gems for VIP, to be honest. Every time the gem events, most of the time when the gem event, I always buy VIP points. I always buy VIP points for her. So it looked pretty good so far. The March still have a lot of troops remaining, which is good. 183,000 troops left still at 1 minute 35 second mark. At 1 minute 35 second mark, can it kill Cao Cao before 1 minute and 8 seconds? Can Leo and Sun Tzu kill Cao Cao and Miyamoto before 1 minute and 8 seconds? So 1 minute and 8 seconds is the time it takes for Sun Tzu and EUG to be able to kill it. It take a little bit longer. It take a little bit longer here, but so 1 minute. So 1 minute left with 178,000 troops left. So the DPS, so you lose. So show you guys Excel sheet. So we got here the data. So Sun Tzu and EUG, it go down to 1 minute and 8 seconds. to kill the Marsh and have 142,000 troop left. For Leo and Sun Tzu, it takes 8 seconds longer, but there are a lot more troop left. So the Marsh is a lot more sustainable comparing to Yuji and Sun Tzu. So it's definitely better. It's definitely meets the requirement. So Leo at 5111 at 5511 definitely meets the requirements. So we gotta put a check mark here. It's a yes. It meets the requirements because they are because Leo at 5511 is performing better than the two best epic commanders for infantry, which is Yuji Moondog and Sun Tzu. So we put it as a yes for it meets the minimal requirement at 5511. So let's say if you don't have any legendary commander right now, and you are using Sun Tzu and Yuji Moondog for one of your epic commander march for infantry, and you want an upgrade, getting Leo to 5511, and you can use him right away. You don't need him to be expertise to be able to perform better than Sun Tzu and Yuji Moondog. Yes, it is because of the defense talent tree. Very good talent tree. So we test the minimal requirements. So it is meeting the minimal requirement. Another thing I want to test right now is I want to test their test. We got to test their active skill casting time. I want to see how often, how much time do I save from that speed of rage gain 15%. So I want to see at which turn Charmatel can cast active skill using Charmatel and Sun Tzu, and at which turn Leo and Sun Tzu will be able to cast their active skill. So we're going to compare. So that's the next test we're gonna be doing. How fast they can active their how fast they can cast their active skill. So I'm using the same thing. Charmatel also using talent tree. So they both have the same talent tree, so they should be able doing the same thing. So we got attack like a barbarian or something. Let's use Charmatel, Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu and Charmatel also don't have any skills that can help gain rage. Doesn't have a skill that might affect the calculation, so it's good. Maybe 50k Marsh. Is 50k Marsh good enough to kill a level? Maybe 50k T5. Maybe 50,000 T5. We're using 50,000 T5 to hit a barbarian here, and we'll see at which turn Charmatel can cast his active skill, and then after that, so we go see at which turn he casts his active skill, and we'll see how long does it take for Charmatel and Sun Tzu to kill the level 27 barbarians. And we gotta do the same thing. We gotta use Leo and Sun Tzu to kill the same level 27 barbarian. We're going to see the battle report. We gotta see how long Leo and Sun Tzu take to cast the active skill, and we gotta see how long does it take for them to kill the barbarian. Like Leo and Yuji would be different. I want to use the two best. So let's say you're using two best epics commander, right, for infantry. So you're using Sun Tzu and Yuji as the two best epic commander. If I am using Leo and Yuji and I'm using Sun Tzu and Yuji, it's more like comparing Leo versus Sun Tzu. So that's different. That are different testing. So you pair two commander with the same exact commander, kind of. We could do another test after that too, using Leo and we could do a test using Leo and Yuji and see how long does it take after. We can do that after, but we gotta try to do this one right here. Okay, we have another level 27 barbarian right here, which we can use. So after that, we're going to use Leo and Sun Tzu to kill a barbarian. I am really interested in like how fast. The only thing I'm interested in on this test is how much faster can I cast my active skill with its speed of rage gain 15%. technically I should be able to cut down the casting time by 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds. So I should be able to cast active skill much faster, but that need to be looked at. So that's one thing I really want to look at. Oh boy. Yes, I'm sorry. It killed. It's okay. You only need to look at the battle report. So we'll look at the battle report after for the same marches killing a barbarian. So the one just now we use Char Mattel and Sun Tzu, and the next one we're going to use Leo and Sun Tzu. So my Char Mattel expertise, by the way, so they might be able to deal a lot more damages. So we'll see. We'll see. And how long does it take? We can write out some data right here while we're waiting. So we'll go back to the Excel sheet. The time to kill the barbarian is from 22 minute 22 hour 18 minutes 16 second to 22 hour 19 minute 56 second. So what is it? 1 minute 1 minute 40 second, right? If my math is correct, it's 1 minute and 40 seconds, right? 18 minutes 16 second to 19 minutes 56 seconds. So 1 minute 40 seconds. So the time it take to kill is 1 minute 40 seconds. And we could look at the battle log now. We'll see when at which turn Char Mattel cast his skill. Turn 11. So Char Mattel casting his active skill at oops, sorry. So right here, I'm looking at the battle log right now, and Char Mattel casting his shield at turn 11, which is 11 seconds. So we just say we'll go back to the Excel sheet. We'll say it turn 11/11 seconds mark. All right. Now let's see what was the second one. Let's check what was the second one. The second time he casting hit active skill is in which turn? 20, turn 20. Yep, 20, right? So turn 11. Oops, sorry, got messed up here. So the next time Char Mattel active hit shield is at turn 20. So turn 20. So the next time Char Mattel active hits active skill at turn 20. What about the next one? Let's go back here. So we say turn 11, 20. Let's say let's U-turn, make it easier. So 11, 20. Let's go for the next one. When the next one he used the active skill? Probably 29. My guess would be turn 29 is when he used hit active skill again. Yep, 29. So the first time it take 11 seconds, and every subsequent skill it take 9 seconds. I guess because Sun Tzu active skill helps gain 50 rage per target hits, so it take a little bit faster to cast hits second. Okay, let's go to turn 38 to make sure. Turn 29, 35, 36, 37, 38. Yep. So every 9 turns. So the first time it take is 11 seconds. So the first time it take is 11 seconds to active hit first skill, but every subsequent time after that it take 9 turns. All right, let's go for the other one. Where's the level 27? Okay, let's go here. Next, this time we got use Leo and Sun Tzu using the same thing, 50,000 T5. March. Man, they look very they stay very close to the other marches. It might affect. Is there any other level 27 nearby here? Any level 27 nearby here or no? Well, look like I'm gonna have to kill some of the marches. We need a better position level 27. All right, screw it. Screw you guys. Kill. For the test purpose, we gotta kill all the. We're going to use our lower to kill all the marches nearby that level 27. So it won't affect our testing result. So we got Aloha here coming to clear the fields, so we can isolate that level 27 out. We test on level 27, right? Yep. Oops. I just have a hard time switching between a screen. So we have Aloha coming in to clear the fields right now, because there are two of the barbarian nearby. I don't want them to be nearby, so I'm just gonna kill them off. I'm just going to kill them off before I do my testing. I think this should be good enough. Yeah. That should be good enough. So we'll see how long does it take for it emerge to don't you dare come close. Don't you dare come closer to my Leo. Come over here. How dare you try to get close? Try to ruin my test. Let's hope it take about if it take 9 seconds to cast his first active skill, that would be very nice. But if it take like 10 seconds, if it take like 10 turn to if it take like 10 turn, oh no, stay away. Why is it level 29 coming closer? What the stay away from me. Stay away. Stay away from me. Do not come nearby. Do not come near. So we'll see. We'll see if it take 10 seconds or 9 seconds to cast the first active skill. If it 9 seconds, it would be very good. If it 10 seconds, it might not be it might not be so good. Okay, so let's look at the battle logs. I don't need this one. This is the only thing I care about. This is the only thing I care about. So let's go to see in which turn did Leo casting his active skill. It better to be turn 8 or 9. Ooh. Nope, this is not his active skill. This is his force skill. All damage increased by 5% due to unstoppable effect caused by Son of Lion. Nope. Medical supply. How come? How come medical supply got activated? Oh, okay. So at turn 9, he cast King of Spire. So at turn 9, he casting his active skill. So 2 seconds faster. So we go back to the Excel sheet here. So Leo casting the first active skill at turn 9. 9. You can see right here, turn 9, all damage increased by 5%, blah, blah, blah. And right here, Leo cast King of Sparta. So at turn 9, he cast King of Sparta. So that's good. Let's see how much often he cast it. In which turn he got cast King of Sparta again? Is it turn 16, 17? Turn 18? Turn 18? Nope, maybe he cast earlier. Turn 17. So at turn 17, he casting his active skill again. So we go back to Excel, we gotta do turn 17. Let's check the subsequent, what the subsequent 17, so 9, 17, 8 turn. So 25, at turn 25. At turn 25, he should activate his active skill again. Yep, turn 25, he activated his King of Sparta again. So it's 9, 7, 25. Let's go look for another one just to make sure. So 25 plus 8 should be at 33. Should casting another skill again at turn 33. Yep, at turn 33, he casting his active skill again. So the 15% range speed is pretty decent, I guess. 33. How long does it take? How long does it take them to kill the same level 27 barbarian? So 26 minute 13 second, 26 minute 13 second to 27 minute 50 second. Should remain. So how long is it? I think they changed it so that you can no longer have more than 2 accounts. But I was able to have more than 2 accounts. I mean, like the easiest way to have more than 2 accounts is just to create a new user. You know what I mean? Like instead of having like the share account, you gotta create another user, and you just have create 2 more accounts. Many way to do it. It's fun. Okay, help me out here. How long does it take? So 26 minute 13 second to 27 minute 50 second. So 1 minute 37 second. 1 minute 37 seconds. And how much troops remaining? 48,032. 48,320. And what about the other one? 49,876. So go back to Excel again, just to show you guys the data. So the time it takes for Leo and Sun Tzu to kill a barbarian is a little bit faster, as Leo is definitely a little bit more, a little bit higher DPS comparing to Charmatel, because of the speed range and they can cast the skill more frequently. So let's look at the skill cast time here, which I think this is something I would need to spend a little bit more time to have a better like a better assessment, because 38 seconds to 4 29. Like to be able to cast a skill fast can help a lot, especially in Sunset Canyon. The more skill you can cast, the better. So the speech operation gain is quite useful. You can catch the skill a lot more frequently. Um, so I use so my Leo is not max, right? So he a minimal requirement like 5511. Kill a little bit faster than Char Mattel and Sun Tzu. So definitely have Leo have a little bit have a little bit higher attack comparing to Char Mattel. But the troop remaining, Char Mattel is winning. They definitely have more troop remaining comparing to Leo. Um, so there you go. If you want a little bit more DPS infantry commanders, you should definitely using Leo and another DPS commander like Sun Tzu or YSG comparing to use a Char Mattel and YSG. But if you want a little bit more tanky, you want to sustain a little bit more on the open field, but you gotta deal a little bit less damage, then you gotta go with either Char Mattel and YSG or Richer YSG. But the one thing I like about Leo is that he has his defense talent tree, and I think if he pair with YSG, he can kill very fast. He also benefit from the active skill damage too. Another thing that I like. So 50% more skill damage working on his his first. So instead of doing 600 direct damage factor, now he got to do 900 damage factor if you pair Leo and YSG. So active skill get boosted, and you can also cast the active skill much more frequently as well. So if you want to get a lot of kills in Ancient Ruin or in mass PvP, I think Leo and YSG would be pretty decent choice. Let's see what else we can test. Okay, so the second thing I want to test I want to test the pair Constantine and Joan and versus Constantine and Leo. Yes, like you can. So you see right here. So this is one account, right? You have there might be a limit on this account, but it's easier for you to switch between like accounts. But you could create a brand new account, like not here, not on the same, like not this one, but like a brand new one with a different Gmail or Google account, and you can just play it, and it's much easier. You can play it on a different device on the same operating system. So for me to be able to play two of my account at the same time, I need to use two different operating systems. So I am using my iPad right now, which is iOS, and another one is I use my Android phone. So if I want to play two accounts at the same time on the same account, I need two different operating systems. If you have two separate accounts, like completely separate, different Google account or Google different Apple account, you can just play it without even worry. Anyway, let's go back to the next test. So the next test, I want to test a Constantine and Joan and Constantine and Leo. I want to compare how often, how fast. So Constantine and Leo, Constantine and Joan should be able to cast their active skill pretty fast as well. So that I want to see how often they can cast their active skill. So we got to use another march here. We got kill that. We got kill it level 29. And this time we're going to use Constantine and Joan de Arc. Same thing. We got to use 50,000. We're going to use 50,000 T5, and we're going to see how fast Constantine and Joan cast their active skill compared to how fast Constantine and Leo casting their active skill. Okay, so we have Constantine and Joan going to kill it level 29 Barbarian. and the Guardian is here to provide support in case something happens. So we'll look at the battle report after. So one thing I want to pair, so one reason I want to pair Leo and Constantine, I mean Constantine as primary and Leo as secondary, is if you see here, like Leo speed of rage gain. So right now, if you pair Leo, technically, if you pair Leo with Constantine, Constantine should be able to cast hits buff much more frequently. So that's the logic behind putting Leo and Constantine. Another thing is that if you look at his active skill, it says that if the target is under the effect of silent or attack reduction, the skill will take an additional 50% damage. And if you look at Constantine active skill, there is an attack reduction debuff 40%. So if Constantine debuff target and Leo casting his active skill after Constantine, he will get that 50% additional damage. That's why I want to pair Constantine and Leo. So you get you can cast the buff a lot more often, and Leo active skill also gets that additional 50% damage. So very good synergy in my opinion. That's why I want to test it out. That's why I want to test them out. Constantine and Leo, it might be the way to go. Might be a very solid march for open field. And if you look at Constantine, another very good thing is that if you look at Constantine force skill, if Constantine march below 50%, whenever his march gain a shield, he will have a skill damage taken reduction reduced by 40%. So when he below 50% and he gain a shield, he will have that 40% skill damage reduction by 15%. And look at this. Look at Leo. When this commander march is also below 50%, there is a chance to gain a shield. So imagine if Constantine march is below 50% and Leo gain a shield, Constantine will get that extra 40% skill damage taken reduction. That's another very good thing. That's another reason why I want to use Constantine and Leo. Could be a very good pair. Could be a very good pair. Could be tanky, very good support, and very good synergy, in my opinion. So we have a first one done, which is Constantine and Joan. Now we gotta take them back, and we gotta look at Constantine and Leo. How do you recommend the best approach Mightiest Governor event for commanders? I'm not 100% sure. I don't really understand your question. Like, do you need advice on how you're going to compete in Mightiest Governor event, or you need advice on which commander you should compete for? Can you rephrase? Can you rephrase your questions to make it a little bit clearer? I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, man. All right, let's look for another 29. Okay, we have another level 29 barbarian here. And this time we're going to use Constantine and Leo. Same thing, we got use 50,000. We got use 50,000 March. We got use the same thing, 50,000 T5 March, and we'll see. We're going to compare after. Oh, how to compete? What are you? Are you free to play player? Are you a big spender? Like you gotta give me more context. It's not the same for everybody, and it's not the same for every kingdom as well. What work in my kingdoms might not work in your kingdoms. So in my kingdom, there are different set of players. In your kingdom, there are different set of players. So I am going to need a lot more context in order to give you advice. I mean, like, I cannot throw you a random advice and screw you over. You need to give me more context. You need to show me, like, how many big spender are there in your kingdoms? What the past winner score, like how high the score in your kingdom is. There are a lot of information I need to know in order to give you a proper advice. But the general approach is you need to save a lot of speed up. You need to save a lot of resources, and you want to push. You want to do one strong push instead of just trying to go for every single mighty governor event. You want to aim for, so you want to plan out ahead of time. If you don't have a lot of speed up right now, you should start saving on the speed up already. You should start saving on the speed up, and then you need to find out what commander, what mightiest governor commander cycle are, so you know which commander coming and how long they will be there, and you will know how long you will take to prepare for that mightiest governor event. Um, how long you need to prepare for mightiest governor event is depend on who are in your kingdom, how many people who actually want to have that commander, how many people are going to prepare for the same commander that you want. So there is a lot of things to take into consideration. It's not an easy 1, 2, 3 step for you to win mightiest governor event. Um, it requires a lot of time and effort. Um, so that's the only thing I can tell you. I hope it helps. I hope it helps. Another thing is that you need to be able to get an estimate of how many points you can get for mightiest governor event. You should figure out by now like how much point you can get per T4 training, how much point you can get per T5 training. You gotta sum up you will get a total of your speed up. So you will go to the speed up tab here. You go see how many hour of universal speed up do you have. You will see how many hour of training speed up do you have, and you will try to get an estimate of how many points you can get from stage 1 training. And you also want to compare to the past, how much point usually people in stage 1 usually have, and how much point your kingdom usually need for people to win mightiest governor event. If you're in a kingdom where people get like 200, 300 million points every mightiest governor event, then you're going to need a lot of speed up. But if you're in a kingdom where people winning mightiest governor event with like 30 million points, 40 million points, then your time to prepare might be a lot shorter. So it depends a lot on who in your kingdoms. Anyways, so we got 2 reports, and now we gotta look at it. So the first one we have is Konstantin and Joan of Arc. We'll go to the battle log again. We're gonna look at we're going to look at the cast time. We're going to look at the casting time here. Okay, cast time. Let's see at which turn. At which turn Constantine and Joan of Arc casting their first active skill. I would say turn 11. Yep, turn 11, right? Any before that? Constantine, what, Night Rage? Yep, at turn 11. So turn 11. And let's see at which turn after that they're going to cast the active skill again. Edict of Merlin. Never mind. Constantine cast his active skill at turn 10. At turn 10 is when he casts his active skill. So turn 10 actually. So turn 10, Constantine casts his active skill. Let's see when the next time he casting his active skill again. $17. Oh no, 16. Ooh, turn 16. Damn. What the heck? From 10 to 16? That's pretty fast. That is pretty fast from turn 10 to turn 16. Eric of Million. Hmm. So turn 16, he casting Eric of Million. So only 6 turns. So the next one he turn 22, I guess. Turn 21. Yep. 22, he casting his active skill again. And the next one probably turn 28. Yep, 28. So just show you guys the Excel sheet right now, what we have so far. So Constantine and Joan can cast active skill very frequently. If you look right here, the first time they need to active their active skill, it turn 10. But every other subsequent skills, after that, they only need 6 seconds. And Constantine buff a 5 second or 4 second. Constantine buff a 5 second, right? Yeah, 5 seconds. So 5 seconds. So there's only 1 second in between. So there's only 1 sec. If you use a marsh like Constantine and Joan, you will have a buff. You will have the buff up like 90% of the time. And 90% of the time, you will have a Joan and Constantine buff 90% of the time. That is very, very, is like a lot, like very fast casting, to be honest. I did not expect them to catch that fast. Like every 6 seconds. Every 6 seconds. Interesting. All right, let's go back and look at the battle report for Constantine and Leo. We'll see when Constantine casts his skill. Turn 9. So Constantine casting his first buff at turn 9. So we'll write here Constantine and Leo turn 9. Would that be faster before? Nope. So turn 9, Constantine casting the active skill. Right, hold the line. And at turn 11, Leo casting King of Sparta. It doesn't show the additional damage here. It doesn't show the additional damage taken. Oh, nope. It doesn't show the additional damage taken on the battle report. it doesn't show the additional damage here. Maybe it add together with the skill. The additional damage doesn't show in the battle report. Because King of Sparta is supposed to get that 50% additional damage, but I assume they added up. They probably added up in here already. We probably added up in here already. Let me just check real quick. Let me just check real quick on my. So I watched the video again. And it does show that Leo deal additional damage to the Marsh, to the Barbarian, but it doesn't show in the report. It's supposed to show 500 more damage here, but it doesn't show here unless I am missing it somewhere. But it doesn't show in the battle report that they take an additional 500 damage. Interesting. King of Sparta. What is it? Maybe it's here. Constantine attack Buffalo Dummer. What? The attack trigger Leonidas won King of Sparta. Buffalo Drummer lost 558 units. Maybe it's here. This is a number that I see when I saw the video again. Because it doesn't make sense for them to take 558 damage here. So this is probably the additional damage right here. This is probably the additional damage right here. All right, let's go back to check how often they cast the active skill. So the first one will cast at turn 9. Let's see if this one will also cast at turn 15 or 16. Can they cast it again at turn 15 or no? Nope, it did not get cast again at turn 15. It get cast again at turn 16. So turn 9, 16. Let's see which is the next turn. So 7, it takes 7 turns. So the next one gonna be 23. The next one probably could be 23. Yep. The next one is 23. And the one after that is gonna be 30. Yep, turn 30 again. So let's go back to the Excel sheet. So as you can see right here, for Constantine and Joan, it takes 10 seconds to cast the initial skill, but any other skill after that, like the interval, any interval, like the skill interval after the first skill cast, it only 6 seconds. So there are 6-second interval to cast skill again if you're using Joan, Constantine and Joan. If you use Constantine and Leo, the first initial skill only take 9 seconds, which is 1 second faster, but every other subsequent skill after that, it takes 7 seconds. So there are 7-second interval for Constantine and Leo to cast skill again. So Joan is a very, very good commander, yes. Like her rage engine is off the roof. This is very interesting. So John can actually help you cast skill more frequently. I've never thought of it this way. Like John can get so much rage. I mean, like her skill gave you 50 rage per second, but I didn't expect it to be so much. In the next 4 seconds, John grant her own troop nearby friendly powerful buffs that increase infantry unit by 30%, cavalry unit defense by 30%, archer unit attack by 30%, and grant an additional 50 rage per second. So for 4 seconds, you get 200 rage for that 4 seconds. That equivalent with 20%. That equivalent with 20% rage speed of rage gain. Man, Joan of Arc active skill is so good. Damn it. Maybe I should use her more often. Joan of Arc active skill is so good. I can't believe it. Damn. So we got our number there. The kill is Joan of Arc probably gonna take a lot longer to kill, I guess. I did right here. Time taken to kill using Constantine and Joan from 39 minutes 30 seconds to 41 minutes and 58 seconds. So 2 minutes and 28 seconds. So 2 minutes and 28 seconds for Constantine and Joan to kill the barbarian. 2 minutes and 28 seconds, yes. How long does it take for Constantine and Leo to kill the same level 29 barbarians? 45 minutes, 1 second, 47 minutes, 11 seconds, so 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Definitely a lot faster. What's the troop remaining? 40,093. What about Constantine and Joan? 40,881. So go back to Excel again. So we have some more data here. So Constantine and Leo definitely kill a little bit faster, but man, Constantine and Joan is able to tank better. They have more troop remaining. They have about 800 more troop remaining if you're using Constantine and Joan compared to using Constantine and Leo. Very, very interesting number there. Very, very interesting number there. All right, let's go back. We'll do another test in the expedition using Constantine and Iuji, since someone requested it. Huh. One second. Come on. Shit. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's Excel again. We'll do another test for the expedition using Leo and Yuji. All right, let's go to the expedition and do one of those tests. Leo and Yuji Moondog. Okay, we have another test using Leo and Yuji Moondog inside the same expedition, level 55. We'll see how long it's gonna take him to kill it this time. Leo and Yuji Moondog. Leo and Sanzu take 1 minute. I go down to 1 minute to kill Chow Chow. So let's see if it's gonna take longer or is it gonna be faster. They might be able to kill Zitmarch before the 1 minute mark. So Leo and Yuji Moondog is better for single target. Better choice for a single target. So 1 minute 11 seconds. 1 minute 7 seconds with 175. 1 minute about 1 minute about the same. 1 minute. Oh, can type. So about the same. 1 minute. 1 minute 1 second I think. And 176,000 troop left. So here you go. Go to your Excel again. There's the data for using Leo and Yuji. It go down to 1 minute and 1 second. So yeah, like Leo is definitely usable at 5511. If you're looking to have a little bit more, if you're looking to have a little bit more damage, a little bit more DPS march on the open field, Leo is definitely a very solid choice for a primary. I'm assuming. Um, One thing I want to really test in the battlefield is that using Leo and YSG. I think it's gonna be a very good pair. It could be a rock solid pairing with solid defense, and you can cast a lot of active skill. Like the more skills that you can use YSG, the more damage you deal, the more kills you will get. But that we will need to be we will need to actually test it out on the battlefield. So hopefully, when the ancient ruin open, we can bring in our Leo and YSG, and we can do some testing when the ancient ruin open. So yeah, anyways, I hope. So this is how I usually do my testing. If I want to test out some commander, if I want to see how well they are, like if I want to see if they are better than other commanders. So let's say if I want to compare let's say if I want to compare, for example, Leo, if I want to compare Leo and Sun Tzu, what I do is I would do something similar to like putting Sun Tzu and Yuji and Leo and Yuji. So you pairing. So the two commanders that you want to test, you want to either don't pair them with any commanders, or you want to pair them with the same commander. So that's how you test them, and you want to compare the final result that you get. You might want to compare the time, like how long does it take to kill the marsh. You want to also compare the how many troops you have left in the marsh when the test is done. A lot of factors, and then you have to come with the final conclusions that is that is that commander better than the other commander, or it's the other way around. And for it there, the Google Sheet, I will put the Google Sheet in the description box. In case if anybody want use it, they can use. The data is there. We did not do a lot of testing. Like usually you need bigger sample size, but because of the commander we're testing today doesn't have a lot of like doesn't have a lot of skills that trigger based on probability, like 10% chance to trigger it or 10% chance to trigger that. So I would say one test should be sufficient, but if you do testing for some other commander, you might need to do a little bit more tests. So to make sure that you want to have a bigger sample size instead of just like one test and then you make the conclusion. Especially if you want to do some tests with something like Guan Yu, or if you want to do some tests with Guan Yu or Can, because it has that 30% chance to trigger, which is pretty high. And let's say if you testing your march, attacking a target only for like 30 or 40 seconds, it might not be very accurate. Same go with Guan Yu. Guan Yu has that 50% chance to trigger. So if you test your battle log only lasts for like 40 seconds to 1 minute, the test result is not very cannot it can be very accurate because the effect of this skill is too big. It could make it could change it could change the entire test. It could change the entire test result just because one of the skill got triggered more than the other. So it could make a big difference. So if you test some commander like Guan Yu and Genghis Khan, you need to have bigger sample size. You need to have bigger tests, more tests. But to test Leo, I think Leo doesn't have a much skill. I mean, like it's skill right here when he below 50%, but we didn't go to below 50%, so it doesn't really matter. And this is one of the skills that I don't really need from him. If I want to level Leo, I would prefer to have him at 5515. I want to have that skill. I want to get his force skill as high as possible, and I don't really need his expertise. His expertise is pretty trash in my opinion. It's not something I want to invest like extra 200-300 golden sculpture to get his expertise. Like as long as I can get his fall skill to level 5, I would be very happy, and I wouldn't need to invest in him anymore. I don't really need his third skill. It's a good to have skill, but definitely a very usable commander if you can get him to 5511. You can see from the testing, he can replace pretty much any infantry epic commander right now as the primary commanders. So yeah, and when the ancient ruin will put him into action, we'll see how much kill he can get. Um, Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope it helped you guys a little bit.